Americans and provided specific instructions on how to get to the airport safely.
But getting to the Kabul airport is somewhere between impossible and incredibly dangerous. Once there, thousands crowd into a sewage canal to show their papers in the hopes of getting hoisted up by American troops. These aren't pictures of that. We have those pictures. We'll bring them to you in a minute. We're covering all angles, as always. Holly McKay continues her amazing reporting on the situation in Kabul at this hour and tells us about the new fighters trying to take on the Taliban. Jason Beardsley spent decades as a Green Beret, and he's going to tell us about the secret CIA and U.S. military operations to rescue some, emphasis some, Americans. But we start with Senator JONI ERNST, Republican from Iowa, served in the military for over 23 years as a company commander in Kuwait and Iraq during Iraqi freedom. Senator, we appreciate it, as always. Boy, you listen to the administration today, and they seem to say everything's fine. We've got this under control. We're going to meet the deadline. We're going to get Americans out. What is there to possibly worry about?
Oh, Leland, we could go on and on and on. This is a debacle of enormous proportions. My greatest fear is that we will leave Americans behind in Afghanistan with no way to exit and a very brutal Taliban on their heels. So we are not able to discern what the numbers of Americans are at this time. I've heard two different numbers coming from the administration today. One was 4,100, which was briefed to those House members earlier in the day, with a correction that came out later from the State Department saying, oh, no, there's only roughly 1,000 or less Americans in Afghanistan. This is, again, such a debacle, Leland, and I am so afraid that with these inconsistencies between the departments that we are going to leave American citizens behind.
So come August 31st, it seems as though there's a pretty simple choice, and you don't have to listen to the administration for that. You listen to the Taliban. They say there's going to be consequences, and Americans must leave by August 31st. You were in uniform. If the commander-in-chief gives the order to stay, there's going to be a lot of American lives at risk at the airport that's surrounded. Would you be in favor of using force to stay past August 31st?
Yes, if that means that we are moving out Americans and getting them to safety, I think that that is imperative. We should be leaving no one behind, whether it's an American citizen, whether it is someone that we have made promises to, such as those interpreters, those that have worked for our embassy, those that have stood by our men and women in uniform over the past 20 years of the global war on terrorism. We need to stay. And unfortunately, of course, we only have a few days to get Americans out according to the Taliban deadline. And yet the State Department has issued yet another warning telling American citizens not to come to the airport. How can we evacuate them if they're not allowed to move to the airport?
We're going to get into that in a minute, but you mentioned the American allies, the Afghan translators, and other people who risked their life for America that we owe a real debt of honor to. And I'm glad you did, because part of the right-wing media, and especially the MAGA movement, has been questioning your conservative bona fides for coming to their aid and for advocating for bringing them to America. Here was Tucker Carlson on Fox News a couple of days ago. Take a listen.
I watched JONI ERNST say that. We welcome them. Really? To your house? To your neighborhood? I don't think so. To some sad little town with no power whatsoever. No one will ever go 5 years from now to see how it's going.
I don't know if you can see on the screen, but we'll put it back up. When the bar below you, they chyroned you R ? As if you're something less of a Republican for wanting America to keep their promises. I found it personally offensive. I'm wondering your thoughts.
Well, I don't question who I am and what I stand for. The fact of the matter is that these interpreters, those that worked alongside our government, especially the men and women in uniform in Afghanistan, many of them willing to take a bullet for these men and women, these great Americans who stood up, put our uniform on, wears the flag of our country. The fact that these people in Afghanistan cared so much for our members of the military, the fact that they stood by us through 20 years of the global war on terror, I think they have earned entry into the United States. Yeah. And yes, as Iowans, we would welcome them into our communities. They love America. They are hard workers. They are willing to sacrifice a lot for the United States of America. I think we owe them a debt of gratitude.
Debt of gratitude, debt of honor. We said it earlier. They're standing in sewage canals